Welcome to the first edition of the League 365 podcast. I'm your host, Justin, and I'm joined by my co-host here, Jackson, better known as Jax. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, good. How are you?
That's all right, mate. I'm going good, excited, pumped. The people have been calling for this, and we've finally got it sorted, and we're ready to go, eh?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, guys, so just a quick rundown of what we'll be doing. We're hoping to land a pod weekly. We're going to be talking all things NRL. We've got some interviews lined up. We've got a couple of guests already locked in the next few weeks, and just a little spoiler, we're going to have Adam Ritson joining us next week, possibly, or the week after. Obviously of Parramatta and Cronulla fame. And we've also got Colin Murphy of Newtown, one of the Newtown legends and coach there for a lot of years, and he'll be joining the show within the next 3 or 4 weeks as well. So that's good stuff. We're also going to be doing Q&A questions and answers. We want everyone that's watching to send questions in. We're going to touch on all them questions. We'll get to everyone. So if you can just load them into Instagram, wherever you're watching, YouTube, wherever you're watching, ask questions, and myself and Jax will go into it. We'll answer the questions for you. And there's going to be heaps of other stuff that we're doing. So, yeah, we're going to move on and hit the first topic, and it's going to be just a quick recap of the internationals that we just played over the weekend, and starting with New Zealand. How can't you start with New Zealand, Jax? They were outstanding. Every time they went, they were outstanding.
I thought they were pretty good. The whole comp, to be honest. Yeah, before the pack champs started, you look at that forward pack, it's probably the best forward pack in international footy at the moment. Tarpany, Leota, Fisher Harris, you got White, Aaron Clark, Nicola. It's stacked, really.
It is stacked. It's stacked. Probably the biggest thing that came out was the form of Dylan Brown. Like, Dylan Brown's last 6 months probably been pretty ordinary, to be honest. I'm a massive Dylan Brown fan, just to say that. But his performances over the last 3 weeks for New Zealand, they were...
He was back to running the ball like he did a few years ago when Parra made the GF.
Yeah.
He was looking good.
Yeah. Even his ball playing. Like, Newcastle Knights fans must be tickle pink with what they've seen. Like, seriously, they must be. Like,
still the Knights, though.
Well, it is the Knights. It is the Knights, but the thoughts of Dylan Brown in that kind of form with Kalen at the back, there's at least hope for them. Surely there's some hope for them.
Yeah. We'll touch on Newcastle later in the show and what they can bring next year. Another thing that I took out of the internationals the last month is really the English performance against Australia was pretty poor. I know that the game's sort of not NRL standard, not even close to the Super League, but they're way behind the Samoans and the Tongans.
Yeah, 100%. Look, the thing that you look at the English side, and you've got blokes like Joe Burgess on a wing, couldn't make, basically he wasn't a first grader when he was in the NRL. You got Kai Pearce-Paul. Now, Kai Pearce-Paul, he's a good player, really good player, good back row, but I'm tipping you'd pick 10 Australian back rows before he would make the Australian side if he wasn't Australian.
No,
so
definitely.
That's how they're competing. Like, to me, you could pick 11 or 12 NRL sides that would beat that English side. Yeah, or push them at least.
You look at all their best players or their go-to players. It's Herbie Farnworth, NRL. Yeah. AJ Brimson, NRL. Even like Kai Pearce-Paul was probably one of their better forwards. Yeah. Like, gone to the early 2000s, mid-2000s, where England would actually compete with Australia and New Zealand. Yeah. They get flogged by New Zealand.
Yeah, 100%.
They're, in my opinion, they're falling to the level of, like, PNG and Fiji would compete with England.
100% they would. Yeah. 100%. Look, Tonga...
I don't know if they'd beat them, but they'd compete with them for sure.
Yeah, and Tonga and Samoa would beat them for sure. 100%. In my opinion, would... Yeah. Because, look, Australia beat them comfortably in all 3 tests.
And Australia were not good.
And they were ordinary. Yeah. They weren't great. No. Well, they weren't ordinary, but they weren't great.
Well, the completion rate was, I think, in the 60s in the 3 tests. They made 15 errors on the weekend. They weren't... Like, if Australia probably played about 50% of their potential, if they played 70 to 80% of what Australia could play, they would have probably put 40, 50 on them comfortably.
100%, man, 100%. All right, so one thing I didn't touch on at the start of the show was we're going to quickly go through each side, just spend a few minutes on each side, and we've picked 2 topics from each side. We're just going to discuss them. So we're going to work from the bottom side up to the top side. So we're going to start with Jax's favourites, the Newcastle Knights.
I bagged them early
The
tonight.
Newcastle Knights, not a good start bagging them early. But anyway, so the two topics we're going to talk on is obviously Kalen needs to stay fit.
Yeah.
There's one. And the other one is where do we see Dylan? Where do we see him playing? Is he at 7? Is he at 6?
Well, I think Holbrook is obviously going to play him at 6 with signing Sandon in the off-season. I think Sandon plays 7, Brown plays 6. Fletcher Sharp goes to centre with Bradman Best.
Is that what you think?
Back. That's what I reckon.
Yeah. I'm leaning to the thing. I think Dylan will be 7.
With
I think Fletcher
Sharp.
will be 6. And I think Sandon will be 14. And he'll just rotate with Phoenix Crossland at 9. I just don't... I think Fletcher Sharp showed probably too much playing 6 last year. And I think that's the way they'll go. But you think otherwise? You think they'll play Sandon at 7?
I think their best roster is having Sandon. Like their best 1 to 7, 1 to 13. It's probably, in my opinion, Sharp, Bradman Best in the centres.
Mm.
You got Marzu, Young, KP.
Yeah.
Like that's your outside backs. And then you got Sandon and Dylan Brown in the halves.
Yeah. So talking hypothetical, if Kalen plays 25 rounds out of the 27, are they a top 8? Are they a chance at top 8? Or
I don't think so.
No.
I just think you look at their pack as well. Like they lost their best prop forward in Leo Thompson, and they lost one of their better forwards in Kaipis Paul.
Yep.
You take them 2 out. Like how many? Like there's obviously you got Dylan Lucas there, who I think's a really good footy player. But there's not much else really floating around in the pack unless there's, you know, Jermaine McEwen came through last year. He's got
he's talented. He's definitely talented.
But like unless they got kids coming through, I think they might struggle a bit in the forwards.
I think they've lost Adam Elliott too, haven't they? Hasn't he left?
I'm not too sure. I don't think he's got a club.
Yeah.
He might be off contract right now. I'm not too sure. I'd have to double check that one.
Yeah. So summing up, bottom 4 side next year.
At this stage,
Come on, stick firm.
I'd lean towards yes at this stage, but closer to the season, we can reevaluate all these and do a proper prediction. But
I want your opinion right now.
I can't see them making the top 8. I got on bottom 4.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the Titans. So with the Titans, got a new coach in Josh Hannay. What do you make of him?
The raps on him are pretty big. He's obviously come from that Maroon system, but he's untested at NRL coaching. He's going probably into arguably the worst culture and environment you want to as a first head coach is the Gold Coast. It's just historically, in any form of sport in Australia, not somewhere that succeeds for whatever reason. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But
I think they just get on the piss every weekend.
Yeah, probably. But I think he's an upgrade from Zeds, personally.
Yeah.
Especially at that club.
Yeah. So the two points we're going to talk about here is Jaden Campbell. Is he the 7? And the other point is their issues at hooker.
Campbell's probably the 7. Just because there's not really that many more options.
Where to put him.
Yeah, I guess Ilias just signed there, so that's an option that they could go with if they wanted to.
Yeah.
He's a out-and-out sort of game management 7 where Campbell's a bit... He's like a makeshift 7. He probably wasn't a 7 coming through. His probably best position is still fullback.
Yeah.
But like they got some pieces there. Obviously, Kinney, he played well on the weekend. I like him. Brimson. It's just where you fit these guys and what their best position is.
Yeah.
Verrills at 9 hasn't really done much since he's gone there, like a lot of players.
Yeah.
He probably played his best year at Roosters in that 18-19 when they won the comps.
In all due respect, anyone could have played hooker in that side and would have got the job done.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Like, they've got pieces there to be a good footy team.
Yeah.
But actually putting that on the park is a bit different.
Yeah. So their spine's going to be Kinney at the back, Brimson at 6, Campbell at 7. So to me, looking at it already, the issue is a game manager. That's going to be a massive issue. Like, they've got a runner at 1, they've got a runner at 6. Jaden's got some kind of ball playing ability, but he's still a runner. He's still a runner. And Verrills is pretty one-dimensional coming out of 9. Like, he's not He's not a Harry Green. He's not a Blake Brayley coming out of 9 that's going to cause
No,
too
you're
many
right.
problems, you know. So to me, looking at their side, you know, they've got their pack's good. They've got a solid
Tino,
pack. You know,
Mo
Tino
Federaker,
and Mo and look,
Foma.
Mo. He's one bloke that needs to pull his head out of his ass. To be honest, Mo Federaker. Like he's got all the talent, but the errors and just the laziness in defence.
Yeah.
Like he's one that needs to really. But I think Hannay may bring that.
Yeah, well, he's been in that Queensland system as well, though, over the
Yeah.
last 3 years for Waker. So,
Yep.
I don't know about the Gold Coast. Like, they got pieces there to be good.
Early prediction.
Around that 12th.
Yep.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Ilias somehow manages to get his way into the halves either, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's move on to the Red V. The Red V, so we're going to talk about a couple of things here, and it's just number one is the signing of Daniel Atkinson, and number two is one off the cuff that I came up with, that would you dabble at looking at putting Gutherson to 6 and moving Val back to 1? Is Val's fullback days beyond him?
I don't think his fullback days are beyond him. I think he could still play fullback at an NRL level, definitely. But I just can't see the Dragons. Well, where's Flanagan play?
Well, I'm tipping reserve grade.
No, like I just can't see how.
Well, obviously,
after what we just saw this year with how bad they were going at stages, and he still persisted with Kyle, I just can't see how.
I agree. I think Kyle will start in the halves.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at, would this be an option?
Oh, it's definitely an option. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Gutho's, like, he was arguably their best last year.
Yeah.
Him and Val probably were their two best. But
James Sewer as well.
speed-wise, Gutho, and Jaden Sewer was outstanding too. But Gutho's speed is having him at the back.
Yeah.
A concern for mine.
Yeah, I just don't know, like, obviously that move into the, the defensive line, you don't know how he is. You don't know how good his chat is at the back.
Yeah.
But it depends how bad they go. Like, if they're getting nothing from Flanagan and what will probably be Daniel Atkinson in your halves, then you got to look at changes. And if you don't, then you got to cop the consequences. If you can't keep rocking up with poor performances year after year and expect nothing to change.
Yeah, well, the mail going around is Atkinson's going to play 7. That's the mail.
And Kyle at 6.
Yeah, that's the mail. So, don't know. But look, with Atkinson, he looks to me, he's just a 6. He looks a 6. But the only thing I can't get out of my head was that game that he played for Cronulla last year against Melbourne when Nico pulled out the last minute and him and Brayley just run the whole side. And he played like a 7 that night. And he was outstanding. Cool. So maybe you're underestimating what he could do at 7. Maybe.
He did have a good year the year prior when he was in the side, majority of the year due to injuries.
Yeah.
But I think they're, unfortunately for their fans, they're in for another year where they're missing the 8.
Yeah.
And it's a big Sydney club. You want the Dragons to do well, but I still think they're a few years off. I know the mail is they've got good juniors coming through.
Yeah.
Hamish Stewart, he looks pretty good. Dylan Egan from last year.
Yeah.
But I still think there are a few pieces, especially in the spine off.
Yeah. Just before we move on to the next side, the kid that come on and played in the back row, I can't...
Loco Pacifica Tonga?
No. He was the front row. There was a back rower. He was only 19. He came on. He was built like a little tank, mate. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he looks a talent. Yeah. That kid.
Yeah,
he really looks a talent. Yeah. So,
they've got kids coming through in the forwards, it looks like.
Yeah. Because they've lost... Who they lost? Clemmer's gone. DeBellin's gone. Yeah. I think they've got Josh Kerr coming. He's coming back.
Yeah, he's handy.
He gives them a big body, and he's got an offload in him, which helps, They still
got Sewer, Luciano there as well.
Yeah, I'm with you, though. I think they're a bottom 4 side.
Yeah, they are.
I think they're a bottom 4 side, unfortunately. But
yeah, I think if they can get develop a few juniors in the key positions, they've got their forwards coming through that look definitely up to first grade standards.
Yep. Okay, moving on to the South Sydney Rabbitohs. 2 things I've written down here for the Rabbits are Jai Gray has to be the one, ? 2 is they need to stay injury-free because last year was a debacle injury-wise.
Yeah, that was bad.
But the concern I have is they're an ageing roster.
Yeah, they are with you got Cody, Whiten there. Alex Johnson, yeah. I think Gray should be and probably will be the one. Where you play Latrell, either at centre, 6. I don't know what they're going to do. It'll be interesting to see what they do in the off-season, pre-season, and what they run out with round 1 next year. I said it last year, like if Latrell plays 20 games, he's good enough to win them enough games, probably to be pushing for a top 8, for sure.
Yeah.
Like at Latrell Mitchell's best, he's a gun. Yeah. Doesn't matter where he plays. 1, 6, centre. Just needs his hands on the ball, for mine, anyway.
And the mind right's pretty important too.
Yeah, well, last year he did no media, which I think is good for him. Even though some of the media journalists complain, I think if he doesn't want to talk, he doesn't want to talk. I thought he was playing patches of good footy last year, but he couldn't stay fit either.
Yeah. I'm looking at. I think Jai Gray just has to be the one. He's just done so much, and even defensively. Even defensively late last year, he came up with some massive plays. That
para game.
Massive plays
I think he made like 2 try savers in that para game.
Yeah, and you know what you're going to get? He's going to be sniffing around the ruck. He's going to make 200 metres plus every game. Yeah. You know. I'm thinking they'll just play Latrell in the centres.
Who plays in the halves?
If it's me, I play Cody at 7 and Whiten at 6.
Well, you're going to have to play Whiten somewhere because Campbell Graham's going to lock down one centre spot.
Yeah. And
so it looks like either Latrell or Whiten plays 6, the other plays centre.
That's how.
With Cody at 7.
You've got Jamie Humphries there, but to me, look, he's a big body. You know, he's got a good kicking game, but apart from that, he's not offering much, in my opinion. He doesn't offer much. To me, Cody at 7 and Latrell or Whiten at 6 is the way to go for them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think if Latrell and Cody stay fit and they play 20 plus games, they'll be sniffing around the 8.
Yeah.
Because unless Cody falls off a cliff with his age, he's still a class player.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
What about Fafita going there? You like it? Don't like it?
Well, I like Schuster going there. So I'm thinking that Schuster was just an absolute disaster. Fafita, it's probably a different kettle of fish, I think, Fafita. So I like it. It's worth the risk. Depends what they paid for him. Like, I'm not sure what kind of contract he's on, but mate, if they haven't paid through the roof for him, well, at his best, if he's not the best, he could possibly be the best back row in the game at his best. He probably was at one point.
Yeah, when he came through at Brisbane.
But it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But to me, you have a crack. You have a crack.
Yeah.
I think it's worth the crack. And if anyone's probably going to get the best out of him, it will be Bennett.
Yeah.
I did think that about Schuster, but,
I
think it's a good signing. I think it's a good signing. Time will tell, but I think it's a good signing.
Well, it makes that, especially if he plays on that left edge.
Yeah.
That was pretty good left edge as it is.
Yeah, that's
if you put Latrell out there as well, you've all of a sudden you got Cody coming fast on that left edge. And he's now got options to play short or play.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty damaging left edge. You got Fafita, you could have Whiten on the left and Mitchell on the left.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's a pretty, physical too.
Yeah, you'd want to be on in defence.
100% physical. Okay, let's move on to Tiger Town, West Tigers. So the things I'll put down here, the halfback interests me here. Who they're going to play at halfback? Because you've got Dewey, who was really good for him in the last couple of months, playing when they shifted him to 7. And you've also got Leitu Fanu as well. I'm a big rap on Fanu. I see similarities to Isaiah Katoa with him. He digs right into the line, plays square. He's obviously not on the same level as Isaiah Katoa, but there's similarities, the way he digs into the line and attracts people and stuff. But Dewey's form at halfback is hard to deny.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they'll do there. I don't know if they'll look at Fanu off the bench early and start Dewey, or I'm not sure. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Fanu looks like he could be really good. And I liked Dewey at 7 late in the last year. He can't play centre. He's got to probably play...
He's definitely a half. He's got to play in the halves.
Well, I'd rather him at 13 than in the centre as well. But
yeah, I probably agree.
I think he just get his hands on the ball a bit more. He rips in. He's an effort player as well. Big unit, big boy. He gives you, I guess, a point of difference if you've got him at 13.
Yeah.
Like, he's got ball playing ability. He's got a little kick in him if needed. But, yeah, I think that or him at 7 and Latu at 14 is probably their only real options to go with.
Yeah.
unless Benji just likes Dewey at centre, well, then you keep him at centre.
I don't think there's any chance he's going to be at centre. I think he'll go safety at the start of the season. I think he'll go Dewey. I think he'll go Dewey and Luai, and I think he'll just play Fanu off the bench. That's what I think he'll do.
Yeah, that's not a bad option. It's good to Tigers haven't had options in the past.
Yeah,
I don't think he'll be too worried if he which one he plays at 7 at the start of the year.
Yeah.
It's a good headache to have.
Yeah.
What do you think of their side as a whole? I know they went a bit better this year.
Have they picked anyone up? Just off the top of my head, I can't think. Have they picked anyone up?
Yeah, Kaipi's.
Well, he's a good buy. Like, he is a good buy for them.
Yeah.
You know, so just gives them a point of difference, bit of ball playing on the edge, and they probably lack that.
Yeah.
You know. You look at them and you think, you know what, there's a good side there.
Yeah.
Like, there's a good side. Like, Stafford Tower's form was good last year.
Yeah.
Taruva,
Buller.
Hey?
Taruva, Buller, they're good players.
Yeah, Buller, they need to sign Buller. He has to. They need to make sure they sign him.
Yeah.
So, because if they lose him, it could be disaster.
Oh, it'd be bad.
It could be disaster
And
if they lose
especially
him.
the narratives around it with Isaac Moses being the same manager. If he sort of fucks him again, then you know.
The thing with Buller, he's not the finished package Buller. But you can see signs. You just see little things he does, and you think, geez, this bloke's got some talent.
Yeah.
But he's got some rough edges and some errors in him and stuff, and probably needs to fill out a bit, fill into his body a bit too. He's probably not there. But mate, he needs to be. They need to keep him. They cannot have another Tedesco Pappenhausen debacle.
Well, exactly.
They've had them fullbacks in their ranks and let them go. They can't let this bloke go.
No way.
They can't let this bloke go. And if they were willing to pay, what were they willing to pay Galvin?
I think it was just 1 million, wasn't it?
Oh, I think it could have been more.
Yeah, well.
You know, like, seriously. Like, I'm not throwing that money at Buller, but I'm throwing something close to it. If you're willing to throw that at Galvin...
Oh, definitely.
Buller's, like, on this... they should be giving him more, which the Galvin offer was ridiculous. But Buller, they need, whatever it takes, they need to get him inside.
No, I agree.
And just before we move to the next side, Terrell May.
Yeah.
Okay, Terrell May. I'll start with Terrell May because he's not one of my favourite players. I'll be honest. He's not one of my favourites. Like, he got all these raps last year, and I don't think people see that it wouldn't matter what prop forward you are. If you're going to go out and make 35 hit-ups, you're going to make 200 metres no matter what.
Yeah.
You're going to make that.
But that's his point of difference, is his engine to be able to play 80 in the middle where... Who's the only other prop that can play 80 is probably Haas.
Yeah.
In the modern game.
Yeah.
He's got a big engine.
Yeah. I just have an issue with the impact. I feel there's no impact with him. I feel like he's going into the line thinking offload. I don't think he's going in, hit the line first, then think offload.
Yeah.
That's where I think he's at. I think he's got to the point where he's just running into the line and hoping he can pop the offload. And I just don't think he's having the impact. And I think that's what crowed him. I think that's why he didn't get picked for New South Wales. I just think they thought, well, you know what, he's going well at club level, but he's not that impact prop that, you know, you're Payne Haas, you're Adam Fanil Blake. I just feel that someone needs to get to him and say, mate, go aggression first, Spencer Leniu aggression, and then if the offload can come, the offload comes.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, but it just might not be his game. He might just be a workhorse that makes those hit ups and pops the offload.
I just don't remember him like that at the Roosters though.
He was another thing that he does do is he's hard to get to the ground. So you barely see him get put to the ground. He'll stand in the tackle, try and offload. He loves an offload. Yeah. He's a super coach beast, but I just don't know if that's his game. I think his game is try and stand in the tackle, pop the offload, and if you're standing in the tackle, you got quicker play the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. Like he's not a Haas. Like he's not Spencer Leniu.
But do you need that from your leader? To me, he's their leader of the pack. But to me, you look at Fanua Pole, he's actually seems to me like he's the leader. Yeah,
I think it just whatever balances out in the end. Yeah. If they've got someone else that's gonna just run 100 miles into the defense and play 30 to 40 minutes, then like sweet.
Yeah.
Just depends what they're looking for as well, like what the makeup of their forward pack is.
Yep. All right, let's move on. North Queensland Cowboys. The two things I've come up here, I really had no idea because I just don't know what to make of the Cowboys, seriously. So, to me, they lack class in their pack. I look at their pack and they just lack class. So, they've lost Jordan McLean.
What about Jeremiah Nene?
Well, yeah, look, he's a good back rower. I thought his year was pretty ordinary, to be honest, but he's a good back rower when he's on. But I look at the rest of them, like Ruben Cotter, yeah, worker, good player, like really good player. They've lost Reece Robson, they've lost Jordan McLean.
Yeah.
What are they replacing them with?
Well, Reed Marnie's going there.
Reed Marnie's going there, but is it an upgrade on Reece Robson?
No, it's not an upgrade.
No,
but it probably doesn't change their style of play too much. Like I think you look at them every year and people think, well, I don't know what we're going to get. They could be a top 6 team.
Yeah, see, I don't though.
Or they could finish bottom 6. I don't see them like
that. I look at their side and I don't see what other people are seeing.
Well, 2 years ago they made the finals, and then I think a few years before that they made the top 4.
Yeah.
So they're like they do have some good players.
They did have Val and all that though back then.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I think their centres all.
But they're not short on Origin talent now. They just had 2 blokes in the Australian side.
Yeah.
They've got 5 Queensland representatives most years. Well, and plus Robson.
Yeah.
But you got Dearden, you got Drinkwater.
Yeah. Well, they're the 2 keys. They're the 2 names you just mentioned. They're the keys to them. You know, to me, they need to nearly have Dally M years for them to feature in the finals. Drinkwater and Dearden.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think they'll miss the 8 again. But if they made the 8, I wouldn't be overly surprised.
What about their outside backs? Do they worry you?
I'm tipping their centres are going
to be... Well, Talangi's... Yeah, he's a very good winger. But you're going to have blokes like Cole Labour in the centres.
Or Jackson Purdue.
Well, I don't know what they're going to do with him. What are they doing with him? Is he a 6? It looked like Peyton wanted to blood him with Dearden in the halves last year, but it didn't last long.
Yeah. He might play 6, but I like Clifford as well.
Yeah.
I'd probably play Purdue.
See, I think Clifford-Dearden combination works better. I think Clifford's that game managing half, and he's got a big boot on him, and then Dearden can steer around and also run.
Yeah.
So where Purdue, the short time what I've seen of Purdue, he is an out and out runner.
Yeah.
He is an out and out runner.
Yeah,
Very good player.
Footwork.
He's a good player. Like there's plenty there with him. Just don't know if he's a 6. I'll be honest. I don't know if he's a 6.
Well, probably not right now, and probably not in that Cowboys side right now. Like, who would the other centre be if Purdue's one centre?
Well, Labour will be one, I'd say, out of necessity.
And then what? They had Sammy Valame floating in and out last year.
I think he's gone Super League, Sammy.
And Robert Derby floated in and out on the wing with Braden Burns.
Yeah.
I don't mind Braden Burns.
Yeah.
I think he's handy, Braden Burns.
He's handy. He's absolutely handy, Braden Burns. Yeah, probably underrated a bit, Braden Burns,
yeah, 100%.
to be quite honest. So, I don't know with the Cowboys.
I reckon anywhere from... They probably finished 10th-ish, 10th to 12th. But, like, if Dearden... Like, they're affected by Origin as well, which sort of hurts them in that Origin period.
Yeah.
I can't see them making the 8 with some of the sides that played finals this year.
I can't see them making the 8.
No.
I think their millions are making the 8, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think they're millions. Yeah. All right, so we're getting down to halfway, and it is the Parramatta Eels. And I've been looking forward to this one because they're a really interesting side, Parramatta.
I think they're making the 8 for sure.
Okay. The thing I want to talk about is Mitch Moses.
Yeah.
Mitch Moses, I've been a fan of Mitch Moses, as you know, for a very long time. Now, with Mitch Moses, to me, and I'm including Nathan Cleary in this, I think he's the most complete footballer in the competition. And when I say complete, I think every part what you want from your 7, he has. And what I mean is long pass, short pass, kicking game, defensively, everything that you want, speed, he's got.
Yeah.
As a package.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's the best at all that, but I think a few of them areas he is the best. Like ball running 7, him and Jerome Hughes, probably undoubtedly the best 2.
Yeah.
Probably Jerome Hughes. I'd probably go Jerome Hughes, but the amount of breaks Mitchell Moses makes through his speed that produces the power.
Especially on those short sides.
Yeah, where he just takes them on, hits the ball at speed. And the one thing Mitchell Moses has over a lot of the sevens is if he makes a break in his own half, he can actually go the distance.
Yeah, no. 100%.
Well, there's no other seven that really will run 80 or 90. Now, he's done it multiple times. Like, I remember that West Tigers, I think it was the opening of the stadium.
Yeah.
He did it. He did it last year. I can't remember who
it was late in the game. It was late in the season.
Late in the game, and he run 80 or 90.
Yeah, I think Lomax got it and he popped it to him.
Yeah.
And he burnt them,
Yeah, so I'm kind of, with the Mitch Moses thing, the Pezzett signing, obviously they're going to be the halves.
Yeah.
The worry I have with Pezzett and Moses combining is Pezzett is a 7. He's a game managing 7. Kicks well, defends well, steers his side around. But Mitch does that too. So how do they balance that out? Because you want Mitch on the ball. You don't want Pezzett controlling the side and Mitch just injecting.
No.
So how do they get that balance right between them two?
Well, Pezzett will play second fiddle to Moses.
Yeah.
Moses runs that team. That's Moses' footy team.
Yeah.
Pezzett's gone there for 1 year.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a weird contract going to Para for 1 year and then going up to Brisbane. I think Pezzett will just play sort of... I think he'll play... he has to play a 5'8" role. He's going to have 6 on his back.
Yeah. So
I know what you mean with his kicking and he sort of steers people around. But it'll be going to Moses.
Yeah. So this is the point I was trying to make, that you're right. That's how it has to be, right? But where are you getting benefit out of Pezzett at 6? Wouldn't you be better...
Well, I think it's just an upgrade from what they've had.
What, from Papali'i and stuff like that, you think?
I think so.
See, to me, the way Mitch plays now, the Mitch Moses of 5 years ago, I think Pezzett would be perfect. But the Mitch Moses now, he is the whole package, right? So to me, you want a ball-running 6. You want a 6 that just runs.
Yeah, but Moses takes on the line as well.
Yeah, but Pezzett doesn't. Pezzett is not a ball runner. Like, if you watch Pezzett, he is your Jamal Fogarty 7. That's what, to me, he's going to end up being a Jamal Fogarty kind of 7. He just kicks well, defends well, gets his side around the park, does all the little things right. That's what... See, to me, off Moses, you just want someone that needs to run. That's how I look at it. And that's why I think... I don't know how they're going to balance it out. Because when Pezzett went into the Melbourne side, he took control of Melbourne in that... Was it the semi or was it the week before? Was it the last round or something when he came in?
Yeah.
And played really well. But you know what? When he's at Melbourne, he had Pappenhausen at 1.
Yeah.
Right? Runner, little bit of ball playing. Munster at 6, runner, ball player. Harry Grant at 9, runner, ball player. He just got in, kicked well, defended well, got the job done. But when he goes to Para and he's got Moses there, the balance worries me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm kind of saying? You know
I get what you mean with the balance, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to they've got another option now. Like, I don't think it's that bad. They've got...
Oh, I don't think it's... Look, this is no... I'm not bagging Pezzett because there's plenty there with Pezzett, right? I just don't know how they're going to get that right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to tell. It's still... Yeah. It'll be 80% of the ball will be in Moses' hands. Yeah. Moses calls for the ball, Moses is getting the ball.
Well, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So that's probably... See, if Papali'i's there at 5'8", right, it's pretty easy instructions, mate. When your eyes up, when you see something, go.
Yeah.
Run.
But I guess that's sort of going to be up to Isaiah Ongi 100%.
Yeah.
Because they're similar players as well.
Yeah.
Ongi and... what's the young bloke's name again? He played last year? Papali'i.
Yeah. Okay, are they the biggest improvers next year? Look, every person I've spoken to over the last few weeks says they are.
Yeah.
I probably think they are, but I've heard this happen before, and that doesn't happen. What's your opinion?
Well,
are
again,
they the biggest improvers next year?
They're similar to a few sides. Like, their best player the last few years hasn't stayed fit, and they've struggled. If Moses plays 20 games, I can't see how they're not, at worst, trying to play for a final spot, or if not already in the finals.
Yeah.
Like, you look at, like, they got Papali'i. Not Papali'i. They got Isaiah Ongi, who had a great year last year. Lomax is there. Adokar, they're good wingers. Simonson's there. Will Penasini. DeBellin goes over there, adds a bit of experience to the pack. Junior Barlow. Jack Williams finished the year strong.
Riley Smith, another...
Well, they got Talon De Silva there as well.
Yeah. Well, Riley Smith, I thought late in the year was really good, actually. Yeah. When I saw him early days, I thought, don't know, but late in the year, he a bit of mongrel come out in him, and
It's Reed Marnie 2.0.
well, it is Reed Marnie 2.0, but
Headgear and everything.
yeah, he's but he really ripped in late in the year. So
Yeah.
I don't think Talon De Silva gets his jersey. I just can't see it.
Oh, well, one will play off the bench, one will start.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think they'll go Smith. I think Smith's more rugged, where Talon's probably got a little bit more out of dummy half in the speed department and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll probably go that way. But yeah, they look like they'll improve. Like
Yeah,
out of sight, to be honest.
I'd be surprised if they're not pushing for a top 8 spot.
Okay, Jax, it's time for the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, and I found this very easy because I think it'll be the same Manly as we see every year that run out.
Yeah.
I don't see any differences. I think Hooker is a huge problem for them. Like Lachlan Croker's, he has a crack, but just doesn't, nothing comes out of there from him.
He's coming back from a pretty serious injury this year as well. He didn't play much footy.
Yeah.
And then I guess they got Jake Simpkin there that he played a fair bit there last year. But yeah, there's not much creativity in a side that's got, Fogarty and Brooks as their halves. Like Fogarty, I like Fogarty. He's been great at Canberra. I think no one really thought he'd go to Canberra and be much good, and he has. But he works in perfectly with that side. He kicks well, defends well. He's game manager. He's a great game manager. So, all right, so if you're not getting points out of your 9 and your 7, where are you getting them? Well, because you probably ain't getting them from Luke Brooks, respectfully.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good first-grade player. But he needs a gun 7 if he's going to play 6.
His year was pretty ordinary last year, Luke Brooks.
Yeah.
It was ordinary.
Well,
it wasn't great.
no, he hasn't had that many great years.
No.
Like, I think he'd be a good 6 in a side that's got a really good 7.
Yeah.
Like, that first year he went there with Cherry Evans, they made the finals,
He
and
probably
he looked good.
he probably gets the job done if he's got a good 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so, if you're not getting any points out of them, where'd they go to? Tom Trbojevic, who's... You don't know what you're going to get with Tom Trbojevic.
Yeah.
Tom Trbojevic, Dalian year, absolute gun. Tom
He-
Trbojevic now...
Well, he's pushing. He's pushing 30 too.
And I don't think it's his football, it's his body.
Yeah.
He's still got the football in him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, they got young kids coming through that are probably got more points in them these days.
Yeah.
Like Lehigh Hopewadi or Tolu Kolo.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. With Kohler, he to me, I'd be doing anything possible to get him to fullback. I think he's a fullback. If I think I'm a club out there looking for a fullback, he's the one that's playing in a position, not fullback, that you could make a fullback. He played fullback coming through the juniors. Like,
he's lightning quick.
yeah, and
He's got speed.
I just think that having him pushing up through the middle would be another dimension. But how you do that with Tom, I don't know. The other issue they've got, well, Jake's one head knock away from retiring.
Yeah.
He's dead set one, So I don't know. They get Paseka back. He makes a big difference to him just for his size and aggression.
Yeah.
But I just keep coming back to Lachlan Croker at 9. Really no creativity. With Jamal, look, Jamal, when you said defensively he'll get the job done, well, he didn't last year at Canberra. He was on that edge that got ripped apart for the last month of the season. Very slow to turn, very slow, laterally, and Reece Walsh gave him an absolute bath, in that semi-final. So to me, there's defensive issues with him. Like, kicking game, fantastic. Under pressure, there's huge question marks with him. He's missed some goals. He's missed chances to ice games in that semi-final.
I don't think that's going to matter at Manly, to be honest. I don't think Manly are going to play finals.
I just think they're going to be the same as what they are every year. There's just no change.
Well, they lose Cherry Evans as well.
Yeah.
Who's been there.
Well, to me, he checked out. If you look at some of his defensive performances late in the season, he'd checked out.
I think one thing people probably underestimate with Cherry Evans, they all said, all right, get Cherry Evans out there. He's not playing good footy.
Yeah.
Cherry Evans has been, him and the combination he's made with Hamole Olakalatu over the last 4 years has been outstanding. I can't tell you how many times Cherry Evans has played short to Olakalatu, he's put him through. So they got to then find that combination that works with a new 7.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, we'll get to Daly when we get to your mob.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
But back to Manly, I can't see them making
it. I can't see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's move on to the Dolphins. They're an interesting side, the Dolphins. Like, they were on the edge of, well, they were still a chance to make the 8 coming into the last round last year.
Yeah.
And to me, their halfback, how can I put it? In 3 or 4 years, I think he'll be the best player in the game, the halfback. But he needs a platform. And that's where they lacked last year. They just had so many injuries. No Flegler. Kafusi was in and out of the side. All
Gilbert.
their engine room. They lost Plath. They
Thomas
just,
Gilbert.
blokes were in and out. And it just didn't help, you know.
Yeah.
And he was still fantastic, Katoa. He probably dropped away late in the year. But if he can get that pack in front of him consistently week in, week out, to me, they're a top 8 side.
Yeah, they probably are from what they've shown this year. They get Flegler back, hopefully. You don't know if he'll play. Thomas Gilbert will come back. He helps. Some of the young blokes that came through in the pack got a lot of aggression. Kurt Donahue, he rips in. He goes all right. Oren Keeley, another one. Herbie's there. You know, Herbie and Hammer at the back, like in the back. So obviously they go to their guns. Yeah, they definitely got a handy roster.
What does Wolf do with Hammer? Does he play one? Does he play centre? With Try Fuller coming back.
Yeah, well, Trey Fuller came in late in the year and played a bit.
He did move him a couple of times to get Fuller into the side.
Depends what they got in the outside backs. So
yeah, well, they'll get Bostock back as well.
Yeah.
So he'll come
back. They got Jake Averillo there still.
Yeah, they got Averillo. So I look at them and I think it's the pack. I think the pack's the key. Because if that pack can match other packs, I think Katoa and Nicarima, they've got the points in them to worry most sides.
George Williams is going there as well.
Oh, yeah, forgot about him.
Yeah.
What do they do with him?
I wouldn't, from what I've seen in the Ashes, I wouldn't play him. I like Cody Nicarima. I think Cody Nicarima and Katoa go good as a combo.
Right. They are, you know what? They are the perfect combination, the way they play.
I think
perfect combination. They cannot move Cody Nicarima.
Nah.
In my opinion,
he's another underrated
George
player.
Williams comes and plays reserve grade. And he's a stopgap for mine. How old's George Williams? He must be like 32. He's been around for yonks, George Williams.
Yeah, well, he's been out of the NRL for a while.
Well, when was his last year in the NRL? George Williams.
It would have been close to when Cameron made the GF in 19.
He was there when the Roosters beat him?
Yeah.
He was the
halfback. So 2019, 2020, he probably left, maybe.
All right. He has to, look, I don't know, but he must be early 30s. Has to be.
Yeah.
If not getting towards mid-30s. The way that...
I think he just adds depth. Because I don't think Sean O'Sutherland's there anymore.
No, he's gone to Bulldogs.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. So, I don't think there's any doubt that Nicarima and Katoa...
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, and you got Herbie, Hammer, Fuller...
Marshall King.
Mate, they're a side. They're a side. I reckon they're a side that... to me, they could push top 4 next year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think they could push top 4. Fit, though. Fit.
Yeah.
Fit. And it's the forwards that need to be fit. Obviously, Katoa and Hammer need to be, but they need Flegler. They need all them blokes, Gilbert, all them back to their best, and they need Jeremy Marshall-King back to his best too.
Yeah.
Like he's been injury riddled for the last 18 months as well.
Yeah. No, I think they're a good side. I don't know if they'll push top 4. I think they should definitely be pushing again top 8, probably with Para. I can't see many other sides that Missy this year pushing, but yeah, they'll go close.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to your mob, the Roosters. So the 2 things I've written down, Jacks, about the Roosters is the signing of Reece Robson.
Yeah.
And how does DCE and Sam Walker work together? How does that dynamic play out?
Well, I think Robson, first off, will be good for him. I think, Connor Watson started the year and played the whole year at hooker last year. His best position's probably not hooker. Like, good player, great player. But his service probably isn't as good as Reece Robson. They bring in the New South Wales hooker. I think that'll definitely help.
Last year's New South Wales hooker.
Yeah. We'll see what happens this year. But yeah. And DCE, I think DCE will be good. I think later in the year, it showed in the big games that like Walker's probably just not up to it yet. And people in the media say, oh, well, how's it going to work? They're both 7s, yada, yada, yada. But they're different players. I think anyone that watches can see that they're different players. Sam Walker plays probably better footy, like he'll probably play better footy with a guy that can control the game a bit more, and he can just play off the off the cuff, do his little kicks, play eyes up footy, and Cherry Evans will kick them around the field, work them around the field. Similar to what Savala did last year.
Yeah.
Like Savala's go was big kicking game, which Walker hasn't got.
Yeah.
And work the team around and run the ball every now and then.
Yeah, so see, this is my argument with Sam Walker, and you perfectly demonstrated here. You described a 5'8" with Sam Walker. That's what you described.
Yeah.
Right, and that's why I think this combo works. I reckon this combo works because Daly will just control the side and Sam can just inject himself when needs to. And the one thing with Sam, his goal kicking is through the roof.
Yeah.
How good a goal kicker he is.
Yeah,
he's just got out of...
He was no good when he first came
He couldn't
in.
kick it from the
No,
side. He
that's
couldn't
right.
get the distance.
Yeah.
Now he just
Doesn't
look
miss.
like missing.
Yeah.
But I think the combo works. I really do.
So do I.
And people saying about Daly's form, he had checked out at Manly. Like he wasn't putting his body in front. He wasn't doing any of that.
Yeah.
Like late last year. Some of his defensive efforts. But to me, it was a checkout.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be there. He wanted out. I reckon you'll see a different Daly Cherry. Even though he's 36, 37, whatever he is, I just think that he's not going to go there and want to embarrass himself.
Yeah,
he's not going to go there and embarrass himself.
No way.
You know, and to me, this is what Sam Walker needs.
Yeah. And I don't think it matters what number they wear on their back, whether Chervin's got the 6 or Walker's got the 6. It don't matter.
Yeah.
It's just a number at the end of the day.
Yeah, and let's just quickly touch on Robson again. I agree. Watson's a 13. A 13 will bring him off the bench. He can go into that dummy half role. But I thought it brought them unstuck against Cronulla in that semi-final. The service that Watson gave out of dummy half. There was errors coming out of him. He doesn't pass in front, doesn't pass from the ground.
Yeah.
Now, Robson's going to give you all that. He's not the most creative 9, but he does pass from the ground and he's robust. And he's going to make 50 tackles. He's going to get, put his head in where, people put their feet. He's going to do that kind of stuff, which I think suits your side. And I think looking at your side next year, or the Roosters side next year, the power that's going to come from that forward pack is going to be out of control. With White, Robson, he's a powerful little fella. Like, you've got the back rows. Crichton's Ashes series, it was the best he played all year, to be honest. He didn't have his greatest year. In my opinion, the year before he was outstanding. He was good last year, but without being great. But he's Ashes. And I look at that power, the power they've got in that pack.
And they're competing for spots as well.
Yeah.
Those boys will be hungry because there's not enough positions for kids that came through.
Yeah.
They got Wong, they got Celeste Fiketti, Steep, they're Butcher brothers, and that Aielu that's been playing for Samoa out of dummy half. Yeah. He's been good for Samoa.
Yeah, he's been good for Samoa.
So he might get the 14. Who knows?
Yeah. But, mate, they're a massive premiership threat next year for mine. Massive threat.
I think they should be pushing for top 4, definitely.
I can't see how they're not a top 4 side,
Yeah, right.
Like, with Marky Mark and them outside backs. Like, mate, Tupou, it's the best season Tupou's had, I reckon. He was out of this world last year.
Yeah. Those two wingers, like, if you kick to the corner, they're probably going to score 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Nawanganitu Arce and Tupou.
100%.
Throw in Toya and Billy Smith, more than handy centres. I think they'll have a good year.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the Panthers. So the Panthers, the two things I've jotted down here is it finally time for Nathan to win the Dally M? And is there any concerns with Dylan Edwards, the form he showed this year and injuries?
Yeah. With Nath, I don't think the Dally M doesn't matter too much. It more matters in his terms of like legacy when they talk about him after the game, because he's never won one yet. But he's won Clives, so like doesn't matter if Nathan wins a Dally M or not. He's still going to go down as one of the greats of the game. But in terms of playing to the Dally M standard to get Panthers back into that top 4, probably.
I just feel that he'd be thinking to himself that the only thing I haven't done is won a Dally M.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and that's why I think I just can't see how he'll retire without a Dally M medal. Well, let's think about who was the last great player that never won a Dally M. Can you think of anyone?
Inglis?
He didn't win one, did he? Yeah, so going back a fair way though, isn't it? So, but I just can't see how he finishes his career without a Dally M medal. No. I just think somewhere along the line he's going to win it.
Yeah, probably. And especially now, there's probably not that many blokes that'll take points off him when Panthers win games.
I have to say his form in the Ashes wasn't great, especially the game the other night. He was pretty ordinary.
Yeah, I think a lot of the blokes in that Australian side, Australia weren't good.
Yeah.
I think bad conditions over there, playing cold, wet, probably doesn't suit it how most of the NRL boys play their footy.
Yeah.
It's probably not a great sign for it. Not a great sign, but
Yeah.
he struggles sometimes at Origin, struggles at Australia. Still a gun player. Yeah.
One question off the cuff. Is there any danger of losing his New South Wales jersey?
No, based on reputation.
Based on probably there's not another 6 that is demanding selection?
Well, that also, yeah.
That's probably the big one, I think.
Yeah.
Like if there was a 6, just for instance, if there was a Munster sitting at 6.
Katoa's coming through as well. They'll push for a half spot.
He's not going to get... He won't get into that side until...
Cleary gets hurt or retired.
And Moses. They've got it wrapped up, But look, Moses must be putting pressure on.
Yeah. He probably is. Moses, I guess the point, the thing with Moses' good games get a lot of attention, especially last year because he didn't play that much. Like when you don't play that much, you come in, you light it up. It's easy to everyone to get on the coattails.
Yeah.
They're both guns. I don't think it matters.
And really. Just quickly, Dylan Edwards. He
didn't look great last year, but he was struggling with injury. But again, he's not your Tedesco or your Walsh or Latrell. He's a different player.
Yep.
He's workhorse.
Yep.
He'll run for your 200 metres carries.
Yep.
But he's not your, all right, we need points.
Yeah.
All right, let's give it to Dylan Edwards.
Yeah.
But that's just not his go.
Yeah.
And that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, let's move on to the Warriors. Obviously, the talking points is going to be Metcalf and Barnett coming back into the side. But you know what? They've made a signing in the off-season that I feel that it doesn't look anything flash on paper, but I think it's going to give them something they've really lacked, and it's Lockie Khan-Pereira, giving them that speed.
Yeah, I'm surprised Gold Coast got rid of him personally.
Yeah, well, I always looked at the Warriors and looked at their outside backs, and I felt they lacked speed. I always thought it, like Dallin, Rocco Berry, they're all big but they're not electric, and he gives them something.
Chance Nickel Cook Star.
They're all pedestrian kind of outside back. When I say pedestrian, not pedestrian, but they're not that lightning.
No, that's
pace,
right. Yeah,
lightning pace. So I think this little astute signing on Khan-Pereira, which I'm tipping they may have got him for 300, 350 maybe, somewhere around that mark. I think it could turn out to be one of the biggest signings of the year.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's a try scorer.
Yeah.
He's got speed and he's a try scorer. That's what you want from wingers.
Yeah.
You want blokes that can get to the try line.
Yeah.
I was shocked that he didn't play many games for Gold Coast this year.
Yeah.
And sort of fell out of favour there.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he was definitely their leading try scorer of the year, the couple of years before.
Yeah.
But I don't know what we're going to get with Warriors. I can't trust them yet.
Yeah.
The other year they made the top 4, they missed the 8 the next year.
Yeah.
We're going to get something similar. We're going to get more consistency. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's obviously off the back of Metcalf coming back and playing good footy.
Yeah.
But if he comes back and struggles with the ACL, well, I don't know. They're in a tiny bit of, not trouble, but they could fall to 10th. I don't know.
Yeah. Metcalf's got a lot of attention about him coming back. I think Barnett's just as important. I thought Barnett, he was their leader. Even though Fisher Harris there, I think Barnett led the aggression and led that. And I think him coming back is just as important as Metcalf coming back. And the problem with the ACL is Barnett will be sweet coming back with an ACL, right? One-dimensional forwards, sweet. Metcalf's game is speed, change of direction. He needs to be right when he gets back.
No, definitely.
You know what I mean? And it may take him half a season to get back, and it could be too late.
Yeah, well, it showed when he fell out of the side, their form went down. Obviously, they've had injuries as well.
Yeah.
But, they've got cover there for Metcalf, but you don't want to be running out with that the whole year.
Yep.
Because then you're in a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Their forwards are good.
Yep.
Halassim is good, really good.
Yeah.
Aaron Clark, really good. You got the Fisher Harris, Barnett.
Yeah.
Few other. Yeah, Cable, and then you got a few other blokes that came through. Yeah.
They've got the sides there. It's a good side, but you're right. You can't trust them. You can't trust them.
I can't trust them yet.
Yeah.
I need to see back-to-back years when they're a consistent top 8 side.
Early days, I've got them missing.
What about, does Chan stay at fullback, or do we get Taine Tuapiki?
I think Chance will be the fullback because Webster loves him. Every time you hear Webster talk about Chance Nickel-Clockstad, he loves him. I think most Warriors fans hate him, but I think he'll be the fullback. I just think the way Webster is, I think he'll be the fullback. And he loves his work ethic and he loves all that dirty stuff he does. And
you can get a similar sort of game with him at centre, but and Tane at the back.
Yeah. Well, Tane's got Keanu Kinney vibes for mine.
Yeah.
He's a very similar player to Keanu Kinney.
Similar body shape, small, nippy.
Yeah. He probably needs a crack. Like, he probably needs a good period of him being the fullback where he's chopped and changed, been in and out of the side. If you ask me what I'd do, I'd probably make the change, but I don't think Webster will.
No, I tend to agree.
Clockstad will be the fullback.
Yeah, he might not be the fullback the whole season, but he'll definitely start there.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to my mob, the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks. So 2 things I wrote down here is Blake Brayley, will he be the New South Wales hooker? 1 and 2, and the concern I have with them, and I have with them most years, is where is their improvement to take them from the edge where they're at to go into the big dance?
Well, yeah, I'll jump in on that one first. It doesn't look like they've addressed that issue. I think that they're a very consistent footy side and a good footy side. There's no doubting that. They play finals most years. They push for top 4, but it's getting over that hump where I think they just lack probably an out-and-out superstar. Like Nico's good, you know. He had a great year with the Dally MU, but he's good. Like Will Kennedy, he's good. Trindle, he's good. But none of those blokes are top 5 in their position. Some of them aren't even top 10 in their position. So their strike, and late in the year, was Brayley out of 9. He was arguably the best hooker, him and Harry Grant. Like he's their main man. He's their strike. The pack goes good. The outside backs rip in and go good. I think it's just an out-and-out superstar, either at 1 or at 7.
Yeah.
You know, you got good back rollers like Britton Nicker as a gun. You got Fanua Blake there, who's one of the better props in the game. T. Wilton goes good. The two wingers are great. The centers are good. You know, but you got like Ronaldo's going to be hurt for most of the year. You got McGuinness coming back from ACL. So that's my take on him anyway.
So obviously I'm biased towards them a little bit, but I look at them and think the only way they're going to... I think they tried to address the issue with Adam Fanua Blake, and I thought last year that was the piece they were missing. But watching them this year, I 1,000,000% agree. They're missing X factor. They're missing a someone like a Keanu Kinney at the back, or someone just with that little bit of... that can just turn something on. Isaiah Yongi. Someone just... They need to find somewhere. Look, they've got raps on Liam Eisen. I've watched a lot of Liam Eisen play for Newtown. Look, there's something there, but I don't see it. I don't think he's the answer. Yeah. Will Kennedy's signed for 1 year. He looks a moral to be going to Perth. Looks an absolute moral. I don't know if they've got plans for next year. There's been a few taps on the shoulders there by all reports that have asked them they can look around. Jesse Ramian, Braden Hamlin-Ueli. But the answer to next year, the only improvement I can see is if individuals improve. I think as a team, I think they're the best team that play together in the competition. But the talent's not there. You're right. The talent isn't there.
Yeah.
But they're well coached. You know, they've got their pack's really good, but they just lack that bloke that can turn it on.
Yeah, and the media always likes to put that on the back of Nico because of his price tag. But Nico's not that player.
No.
Like, it's not Nico's fault that he gets paid close to $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Nico isn't going to take the game on and be a superstar and win you the game on his own. He might do that once or twice a year, but he ain't going to do it in a big game.
No.
It's not his game.
No.
You know, he's not the quickest.
Yeah.
You know, he's not the strongest.
Yeah.
Plays good footy most weeks.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's that guy to take him to the next level, personally.
Yeah. Tend to agree. Now, Brayley. Is he the New South Wales hooker if he's fit for the first 7 or 8 rounds?
Well, if he keeps his form, they have no choice but to pick him.
Yeah.
They can't pick Robson.
Yeah. 100% agree. Okay, let's move on to...
I think they finished top 6.
Yeah, I agree. I think
they might fall out of the top 4.
Yeah.
Or did they make top 4? They just miss out.
No, they missed last year.
I think they'll probably finish close to the same spot.
It was just quickly back to them. It was probably the deciding factor last year that they missed that top 4 spot.
Yeah, probably.
When you look at it in hindsight now, if they'd finished 4th and met Canberra, they would have been on the same line Brisbane were on. You know what I mean? Like it probably cost them in Melbourne when they played Melbourne in that prelim. They'd probably had to work too hard to beat the Roosters, then beat Canberra, then have to travel to Melbourne on a 6-day break.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah. Anyway, let's move on to Brisbane. So we're moving to Brisbane now because we're doing the way they finished on the ladder. So they finished 4th last year. Well, I've just put Reece, question mark. What do you say? What do you say about it? What changed? What changed with Reece? Was it as simple as when Reynolds and Mam got hurt that he stood up? Or was it going to happen anyway?
No, I think a bit of both. I think Brisbane was a funny one. Like you got Mam, you got Reynolds, you got Hunt. There's a lot of cooks in those kitchen. When you take 2 of them out, like it was on Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh plays good, you win. Reece Walsh plays bad, you probably won't win. And he stood up big time. But he's been a gun his whole career so far. Yeah. Like, he's got errors into him, and that's what a lot of people were bagging Brisbane and him earlier in the year for errors. But he tries and he plays footy. Yeah. When you play footy and you roll the dice, there's going to be errors, especially at the top level. Yeah. But his speed, he's changed the direction. I've never seen someone move left to right and right to left like he does. No. He's lightning quick.
The try he scored on the other night, did you see the one where he just eyeballed the other off the scrum and just put the big left? No one can do what he went through untouched. Yeah, he's carving international.
He was carving England up. Yeah, he's carved England up. Yeah. On a wet track, mind you. Like, he's now our superstar.
The big thing I've seen with him though, the errors seem to have, it's now 1 out of 10, where it was 50-50 early in the season, and last year it was like rocks or diamonds. Where this year, you're right though. Like when you got bloke like that, you gotta errors are going to come. Yeah. Right, the way he plays. But the good so far outweighs the bad. It's not funny. But
definitely.
Look, when you hear Carrigan and blokes interviewed and they talk about him, they know that. You hear him say it. They say, look, if he makes an error, we need to defend it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because what he brings to the side, it's up to us to defend his errors. So I think they know what they got.
Yeah, that game against Canberra when he went to the bin for the headbutt and came back. That was insane. He's 20 minutes. Yeah. That was Nathan Cleary grand final, 20 minutes. Yeah. He's just, get your hand. He's got to get his hands on the ball for Brisbane. Brisbane is his side. It's not Adam Reynolds' side anymore. Yeah. It's not Ben Hunt's side anymore.
Yeah. Well, the most compelling thing that came out of that was when I heard Carrigan talk about when they were in the sheds together, when they were both in the bin. And he just went, fucking, let's get out there and let's get this fucking done. Yeah. And that's Reece Walsh, isn't it?
He's the number one superstar in the game, on and off the field.
Well, he's just a rock star. You hear that word all the time about him, but it's true.
Yeah, no.
He's just a dead set rock star. Like, he could leave rugby league tomorrow and be a multi just through his
brand, the brand he's created.
The brand. Yeah, exactly. Chances of back-to-back?
Oh, it's definitely a chance. Like, obviously it's hard to do, is win a premiership, even though Panthers made it look easy. It's really hard to do. Like, you see some of these sides that are up and consistent for 5 years and they don't win one. Yeah. Like, it's tough, but I give them a chance because you look at other sides that are like that many sides improving that much. Probably not, that were there last year. And when you got some of the blokes in their side that they do, they're going to be hard to beat. You got Payne Haas, you got Reynolds, Hunt, Mam, Katoni Staggs, Walsh. Like if Walsh goes out and has a Dally M year, they're going to be real hard to beat.
Yeah. Like, tend to agree. Yep. All right,
definite top 4 side.
Yeah, definite. All right, let's move on to the Bulldogs. Now, the two things I've got down with the Bulldogs is Leo Thompson's signing, which I think is a good signing for them, but I still think they're short in the middle. And the big one that I wanted to talk about is Hayward at 9. What do you make of Hayward at 9?
I prefer Hayward at 13.
Yeah.
I liked it earlier in the year, Hayward coming off the bench playing in the middle. They played Roosters earlier in the year, and I remember Roosters were in front. They probably might have led by 14 at halftime. Hayward came in the second half, straightened the attack, went deep into the line, played short, played late.
Yeah.
And you just don't get that with him out of 9.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what obviously Serrato wants him at 9
Yeah.
because that's the way they've gone.
Yeah.
But for their side, I thought Bailey Haywood was better at 13
Yeah.
and coming off the bench
Yeah.
and adding that point of difference that not a heap of sides have, that you can have what looks like a bloke that could play 6,
Yeah.
come off your bench and play in the middle
Yeah.
when you're chasing points.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, it's far from me to not bag Cameron Serrato, but I just don't see it. He went into 9 late in the season, and I saw nothing from him out of 9. I thought his whole game was basically he was playing different to what he played all year. And I just don't see it. I don't see that's the answer. So time will tell, but geez, he doesn't look like a 9 to me. I'm sure he could play 9, but to me, these days you need a gun 9.
Yeah, no, I tend to agree. I don't think he doesn't look like a 9 at the moment. You don't know, he might develop into one, but he's not giving off like Harry Grant, Breg Brayley, Dardow, dummy half. He's giving off more like Robson, sort of Jake Friend sort of mould of 9, where like they'll just get there, they'll make their tackles good in defence.
Yeah, I got a question on his service. I watched him closely late in the year. His service is not good either.
But I don't think he's 9. I don't think he ever played 9.
I know,
I think he came through as a 5'8".
I'd like to really know what the Bulldogs fans think, because I can't. Anyone that knows anything about rugby league, if they watched him late last season, there is no way in hell they're going to sit there and go, oh yeah, he's going to manufacture into a really good 9, because there was no signs of it for mine. No signs of it whatsoever. So
he looked like he could play 6 or play 13.
Yeah. So,
to me, anyway.
Now, we're not going to touch on Lockie Galvin. We're going to give the kid a rest, because I'm sick of hearing his name, to be quite honest. So, with Leo Thompson, it's what they needed.
Yeah, they needed a prop.
But they've lost Sam Hughes. He's gone. But
it sounds like Curran's on the outer as well.
And Curran's on the outer. Well, Sam Hughes, actually, I don't think he's gone yet, but he's on the outer. But I think they need another one.
Yeah, they probably do.
I think they need another one.
Yeah.
So, they got found out massively late in the season.
Yeah, definitely.
Massively. Just
that small bench that they roll out.
Yeah.
Like it's good early in the year.
Yeah.
But like when it gets a bit tired, you get a few injuries, niggles, and you're rocking up against sides like the Roosters or like Brisbane.
Yeah.
Like you saw what the Roosters did to him late in the year. They just beat him in the middle.
Yeah.
Too strong, too powerful.
Yeah. Well, Cronulla did it to him in the last round.
Yeah, as well.
They just went bang through the middle, and they were just knocking them backwards.
They're definitely not a. They're definitely not a bad footy side. I think they're a good footy side.
Well-coached footy side for mine.
I put them in the similar boat to Sharks, where you look at that side and like their superstar plays centre. Like I just don't know if your superstar can play centre anymore these days.
Yeah.
I'd be moving
him to
Crichton
one.
to 1.
Yeah.
Crichton to 1.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to Melbourne. We've got 2 sides to go. Melbourne, okay, so the 2 things here I've written down is Suafai-Lungo to 1, obviously for Pappenhausen moving on.
Yeah.
And do they finally slip, or do they stay?
Well, they'll definitely be in the 8.
No, that's a given.
Yeah. I don't know. I think like this year, we watched Melbourne performance. We watched them lose games. We watched them play not great and still get the win. And everyone would say, yeah, but it's Melbourne. They'll come good. Yeah, but it's Melbourne. Late in the year, they got Roosters put 40 on them in the second half. Bellamy 600th. That's not Melbourne-like, which it's right. It wasn't Melbourne-like.
Yeah.
Losing 2 grand finals in a row, that's not Melbourne-like. Are they losing a bit of their like aura and scare like factor? Like no one ever wanted to go down to Melbourne. It was if you went to Melbourne, you're not winning.
Yeah.
If Melbourne made another grand final after losing one, they're not going to lose. They're going to win.
Yeah.
It's Melbourne.
Yeah.
Where I just think they're in a transition to an extent. Like they're definitely a top 8 side, possibly a top 4 side again.
Yeah.
But they're in a little bit of a funny transition, I think anyway.
Yeah.
Culture-wise, how they want to play footy as well.
Yeah. What do you think of Sewer at 1?
I like him. He showed potential to be good.
Yeah.
But Ryan Pappenhausen has been a mainstay of that side for 4 years.
Yeah.
So that'll take, adapting.
Yeah. He's a player that I think needs players around him to adapt to. He's a lot different to Pappenhausen.
Yeah, well, that helps. They've got Hughes, Munster.
Yeah.
But they're starting to lose depth as well. Like if they cop injuries like they did this year with Hughes, Munster, Pappenhausen.
Yeah. Well,
the depth starts to weigh thin.
Who's moved on? Grant Anderson's moved on. He's gone to Brisbane. That's someone we didn't even talk about. He's gone to Brisbane.
Well, Nelson's gone.
Nelson's gone. Well, Nelson.
And Pappenhausen.
Pappenhausen.
Pappenhausen is a big one.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. And there's doubts on Wishart, isn't there? What's going on with Wishart?
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, but he's there this year
Yeah, I
or
think
next
so.
year.
Yeah.
But then he's they can talk to him now.
Yeah.
Others clubs. So I'd be surprised if he's not elsewhere.
Yeah.
'Cause some club will come in and offer him probably overs.
I think they'll get drilled in pre-season. You saw a few times this year Bellamy was not happy, and even the press conference, like, didn't really know what to say. Like, they're doing things un-Melbourne-like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's interesting one, Melbourne.
Yeah. I think they're a top 4 side. I think they're a top 4 side. Okay, moving on to the last side is the Canberra Raiders. Now, the things I've jotted down with the Canberra Raiders, this is an interesting one. I want your opinion on this because I have an opinion on this with the Raiders losing Fogarty. Now, the mail is that it's going to be Ethan Sanders. It's going to come in and play 7. But I look at Canberra, and to me, they need a Jamal Fogarty 7. Right? You look at their 1, he's an out-and-out runner. Weeks. Out-and-out runner. You've got Ethan Strange, he's an out-and-out runner. You've got Tom Starling, he's an out-and-out runner. So to me, Jamal Fogarty was the perfect person to play 7 at that club.
Yeah.
Ethan Sanders comes in. Now, I've seen a bit of Ethan Sanders at Parramatta, but I saw a bit of him at Canberra too last year. He doesn't come across that 7. He just doesn't. He's a left footer.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the kicking game Jamal had. I really worried about it. I really felt there was a little bit of mail around mid-year that they were after Jake Clifford, and I was thinking that is the perfect person to replace Jamal Fogarty. So I fear that it could be a massive problem that they're not seeing.
Yeah, I think they are seeing it. Well, because there is whispers around they're looking at Hugo. They looked at possible Sandon Smith. Not that fixes that issue, but...
Hugo does.
Yeah, Hugo Svala
Hugo
does.
100% does.
They are obviously not 100% sold on Ethan Sanders.
Yeah.
I agree that you need they need a game manager there at 7 with the young blokes they've got around them that run the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a bit worried about Canberra this year. I think they could fall back a bit.
Yeah. They probably did overachieve a little bit last year, but that really concerns me, that 7 issue. When I looked at it, I just went, look at their 3 other spine members are just out-and-out runners.
Yeah.
Look, even if they had a 9 that was creative, then you might get away with it, but they don't. He is a runner.
Yeah.
Weeks is a runner. Strange is a runner.
Yeah.
They need a 7 to steer, And,
I tend to agree.
The mail is they're going to move Ethan Strange to the right, which I think is a good move because that's where Tomoko and that got iced late in the year last year. And they're going to play Sanders on the left. But to me, that changes the whole dynamic of the side.
Sanders has got to now link up with Hudson Young.
Correct. So I think it changes the whole dynamic of the side. So I personally think going after a Clifford, a Savala would be perfect for them.
Yeah, I agree.
Perfect for them. So I agree too, though, with you. I think they're going to slip. I think...
Well, they had an easy draw this year.
Yeah.
I think Fox League rated their draw the easiest pre-season. I know Ricky whinged and said that he had the hardest, but that's Ricky for you.
Yeah.
I think, if they get a tough draw, I know a lot of people are going to be hot on them based on this year, but I could see them possibly missing the 8, to be honest.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, when these teams overachieve,
the
next year some of them come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. They might not come back enough to miss the 8. They might still fall in because they are a pretty consistent footy side. But I can't see in what world they made the top 4 again, personally.
Yeah, agree. Now, the one thing before we wrap up is it could be the most bewildering signing of the year is Jaden Brayley. What are they going to do with Jaden Brayley?
I think he's just there at depth. He's not going to start. He's not going to play.
Well, he can't be in the 17. Well, Starling's going to be the 9 and Paddy's going to come off the bench.
Yeah.
It's
just there for depth, probably.
But he wouldn't have gone there cheap. He would. I'm telling you now, he was on like 700 at Newcastle. Do you think he's gone to Canberra on 3?
Well, it depends how many other offers were out there for him. If it was Canberra or Super League.
Didn't he still have another year at Newcastle though? I don't think he was off.
Well, they might have told him to look for other offers.
Oh yeah, I just don't know. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. I just don't get the signing whatsoever.
I think it's just at depth.
Yeah.
And if it's signed a multi-year deal, Like,
Yeah.
maybe some of those Canberra blokes are coming off contracts soon. They might look at the option and go on to Perth. You don't know. So I think they've just added him for depth. I can't see how he's going to beat Starling or Owen Paddy for a spot.
All right, bro. That about wraps it up, I think, for the first episode. What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, it went
I hope
good.
I hope you like the preview, guys. So what we need you to do is subscribe and follow all our pages that we've got out there. We're going to be doing this on a weekly basis. As I said earlier in the show, we've got a few guys coming up in the next week that we're going to have on the show. Adam Ritson, possibly next week, if not the week after. Cole Murphy's coming up. There's other guys we're also having on later, but we haven't confirmed any dates for them at the moment. But definitely get on, like everything, follow. And the main thing is we want some questions. So next week when we come on, we want as many questions as possible. Anything you want to ask about what we've said today, anything that you've got on your mind about next year, whatever it might be, we're going to answer. And yeah, get on there and start typing away and send it in.
Yeah,
and,
any questions, just pop it on the Instagram, on one of the posts or in the DMs, and we'll answer them best we can.
Absolutely. All right, so let's wrap it up, and
Sweet.
Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next episode.
Too easy.
Thanks, guys.